What up? What up? What up? This is Mike the Philosopher here with another one. This one is the rankings for the men for RTL. Listen, some things have been coming out, and I think it's fair for me to cover the guys too at this point. The mission is to have men understand women and have women understand men. Okay. Now, all that being said, I wanted to cover the men because I'm seeing some patterns here and it's starting to get me a little worried, to be honest. Okay. So I decided to do a re ranking of the men. And trust me, it's going to look nothing like you thought. Okay. So get your popcorn, get your drink. It's about to go down. Without further ado, let's go in. At number 5 is I'm gonna hit you with the title first, okay, ladies. Mr. Don't Know What the Hell He Is Doing. Number 5 is Quentin. All right, listen. I'm convinced this guy don't know what he's doing. And I suspect something too that What do I suspect? Well, I suspect that this guy is an actor. Why do I say that? Well, I see him moving in a way that is not really logical, that doesn't really make sense. Okay. And he's moving in a way that really shows that he just doesn't know what he's doing. Now, his ex came into town, right? His ex, well, not came into town, but she met some of the potential ladies. She kind of filled us in on some clues. Number one, he's comfortable being single. Okay. This wasn't really known up until now. It looks like Quentin is comfortable being single. So the question remains, why is he drooling over Janelle? It doesn't make sense. In my opinion, Janelle is the least attractive woman on the show. Okay. It's of the remaining women. Okay. She wasn't the least attractive, period, but she's the least attractive of the remaining women. And I'm convinced Quentin don't know what the hell he's doing. Okay. His ex, she looked nothing like Janelle. Nothing like Janelle. His ex is a real good, clear indication on his real taste. Right? How can you go from her to Janelle? I seen an interview with Lee, and Lee asked a very good question. Her question was, what do you really like, bruh? What do you really like? Because me and Janelle are two polar opposite people. That's what Lee said. I agree 1,000%. I'm starting to suspect that Quentin is some kind of mole or some kind of actor. And it seems like every time he gets into the confessional, he's always, Janelle is so pretty. She's so gorgeous. She's so this. She's so that. I think that production is putting him up to gassing up the big girl, I think Ready to Love needed a big girl following because they lost a big girl following because none of them was really winning with the guys. So I think both Janelle and Quentin is in some kind of cahoots, purposely or non-purposely, I don't know. But I think that this is a manufactured connection. I think Janelle was casted, and I think that they are covering her the most. Why are they covering Janelle the most? Well, for two reasons. Number one, they need the big girl ratings to go back up. What better way than to get the most physically fit guy, the personal trainer, jocking her? Now, this is all conspiracy, y'all. This is all my conspiracy. Don't take what I'm saying as being gospel. Don't take what I'm saying as being truth. I'm just saying, if I was RTL, and I know a lot of big girls watch, and they probably stopped watching once they seen the big girls wasn't getting no love, I, as RTL, will put a big girl on there and have the most fit guy chase after her and let that be the main storyline so that I can get my big girl audience back. Now, I got to make it so that, I know he got his own taste, but I'm going to need him to go after the big girl, and I'm going to let him go after his true physical type. But I don't want him to chase after nobody else. I'm going to tell Quentin, you pick your girl and you pick our girl. And you go after those two and don't entertain nobody else. And Quentin is saying, all right, I can do that. I'll entertain your girl and I'll entertain my girl. And the thing is, though, he's not connecting mentally with Lee, his physical type. Therefore, I think that Quentin is really not into any of these women for real. I think that he probably know what he lost with his ex. His ex told him, love don't live here no more. Okay. And she looked at dating Quentin as a complete waste of time. I'm going to take the same route. And I think that dating Quentin is a complete waste of time in this scenario. This guy don't know what he wants. Even if he is really attracted to Janelle, he is attracted to a toxic woman. And she is going to run him if they ever get together for real, which they never will, because it never will last. Quentin is in last place. Why? Because I don't think this guy is real. I stopped believing that this guy is real. Once his ex came on, I think that was probably real. But she said he's comfortable being single. That ain't what he been showing on the show. Now, what he been showing on the show is not consistent. Janelle and Lee is two different people. What do you like, bruh? Because you looking like you're on some kind of mole mission. I'm just being honest. And to the ladies out there, I would say don't even waste your time with Quentin. Because if he's really, if he's not a mole and he's really into Janelle, like he say he loves toxic women. Now, if you're a toxic woman, maybe you can get to him. But if you're not a toxic woman like Lee is, he not gonna be into you. Now, Lee is his physical type, but she ain't toxic enough. His ex kind of seemed like a little bit of both, to be honest. She seemed like his physical type, and she seemed a little toxic, to be honest. You know, she was very animated. I could see her being toxic. That's his perfect woman if he is true. But if this is not true and he's fake, he's on a mission, this guy is a mole. I'm convinced of that. That he and Janelle are designed to get the ratings up for the big girl crowd. Again, this is just my theory. I don't know this for a fact. I don't know what producers said. Don't hold me to it. I'm just telling you my speculation. Quentin at number 5. At number 4 is Mr. Procrastinator, Herbert. Okay. Now I know it's looking like this. It's looking like this list is going to be upside down. Okay. And for all intents and purposes, it just might be, because y'all not going to believe that I got both the so-called top guys on the bottom. Okay. Herbert is going to waste your time. Let me tell you, Herbert, I don't think Herbert is in a hurry to get married. I think Herbert just want kids. I think he ready to be a baby daddy. I think he want to get married. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I think he does want to get married, but his timeline, well, I put it this way. He's not much different than Ciara. I think they both want the kid. They do want the marriage to make the kid thing work, but I think they both want the kid more than anything. Now, Herbert did correct Ciara when they were in the improv, and he said, I want us to make sure we got the foundation of the marriage right. And that's true, because the foundation of the marriage, I mean, listen, don't nobody want to be, see their kid part-time and then pay child support to do so. Nobody wants to do that. It's risky for men to have kids, so they want to be under the roof with their kids. But I still think that that's his main motivation, is to, have the kids. He is the male version of a Ciara, in my opinion. Sense of humor, want the kids first. We'll take the marriage though. You never know where they coming from, what angle they coming from. They give you good friend vibes. He should get with Ciara, for real. But for a lot of these women, he is going to waste their time, because Janelle want to get engaged by the end of the year. That ain't gonna happen with Herbert. Especially to Janelle, I don't think they're gonna ever get to an engagement, because Herbert is once he find out the real Janelle, he's ghost. He's gonna be gone. And he talking about he like that toxic relationship. Well, look, bruh, you two grown to be doing toxic, okay? You should be, look, when you hit your 20s, you should be out of that toxic phase, okay? You should be looking for a woman who's serious at that point. Get out of that, oh, she toxic, I like it. She a thug, I like that. Come on, man. You can't raise a child with a thug, okay? Let's use some logic here, man. Am I the only one? Am I the only one who see this? You have to use some logic when you raising a kid. If you plan on having a kid, you do not need a thug woman. Trust me, it goes bad quick. Yes, it does. Okay. Trust me, I know. Okay. So I don't know about Herbert. good guy, good conversation. I guess the ladies are attracted to him, but this guy, I'm thinking less and less that he's going to be intentional with, look, he should have pounced on Cat. I don't know why he didn't have Cat meet his ex. I don't know why. Maybe his ex is jealous. That's why he didn't have her meet his ex. I don't know what's going on in Herbert head. Um, Maybe he was willing to risk it with Janelle because, you know, it wouldn't trip out his ex too much. I don't know their dynamic, but Herbert is just a guy. Look, this list is going to look a lot like it doesn't make sense. Okay. But from a male perspective, I'm trying to help the ladies out. Herbert is not, it's turning out to be not that guy who um is really in a hurry to get married anytime soon. And he wants a kid. Don't get me wrong, but he said he got time. Okay, for a woman who's really serious and in this process, he is not the dude. He's not the dude. Yeah, he's gonna crack more jokes. He's gonna be easy to talk to. He's gonna go back and forth with you, but out of sight, out of mind. Once you're out of his sight, he go back to being Herbert. He go back to being himself. He just and that's the reason why he ain't got no kids, because he's comfortable with himself. Okay, he's a little too comfortable with himself. He know he need kids, but he's if he could just get kids and not and I just don't think the guy is as good as the women think. And look, I think all these guys is cool. I think they will make good husbands, but I'm going in the order because I just I'm talking about availability, ready to go now. Just like I do with the women, and I say who is wifey ready, I'm saying this is the order on the men and how they are husband ready. Okay, so ladies, pay attention. All right, the guys you thought was at the top, they not. Okay, I'm doing this for the ladies. So there you have it, Herbert at number 4. At number 3 is his title, Mr. Misunderstood. Morier is at number 3. Look, I know he pulled out the tarot cards. I know a lot of women wasn't feeling that. I actually think the guy is ready. I think these top 3 guys could get married in a year if they met the right woman. Morier, I think he's a good guy. He learned from his father. He just got a couple things that you got to get over. Okay, he got a couple things you got to get over. You got to get over tarot cards. If you don't want to get over that, yeah, he's not your guy. Simple as that. You got to find out what else this whole metaphysical world is about. If you are willing to entertain the tarot cards, okay, what else is it? What religion are you exactly? Because they don't do that in Christianity, Muslim. They don't do this type of stuff. This is something else. Okay, this is as they called it, pagan. Pagan, the definition is turning out to be anything that's other than Christian, Muslim, Jewish, and I believe Hindu or something like that. Anything that celebrates the earth is considered pagan. Anything that's nature based is considered pagan. What do I think of pagan? I don't know. I don't even know if I should say. I just I just think that the major religions got together and to scoop up more believers, they created that term so that you have to choose between the big five. Okay. So I don't know. I don't personally I think nature is divine, but I'm not saying that that's my religion or anything. I'm not saying my religion on here because it's not important. But uh, if you are trying to rock with Morier, you will have to dig deeper into what his religion is so that you could figure out whether or not you are compatible. You could gel with that, if you could deal with that. Some say live and let live. Just, you believe what you believe, I believe what I believe, and we can keep it moving, or we respect what each other believes and we can keep it moving. So, but I think he'll make a good husband. I think he got kids already. I think he got a kid or kids. Another thing you got to deal with. Apparently, the brother got he gets it in a lot. Okay, he got the loving is steady. I guess his ex wasn't used to that or something, or I don't know, but apparently he liked to get it in. Can you deal with that as a woman? These are all things that you're going to have to ask yourself when dealing with Morier. And it's, it's relative. It's relative to the women. He's going to knock a lot of women out of contention with his looks, his beliefs, his drive, his sex drive. He's going to knock a lot of women out. So he's going to narrow it down. But at the end of the day, I think once he find that specific queen who can deal with, his luggage, I guess you could say, I think he will make a good husband for that woman. I really do. There you have it with Morier, Mr. Misunderstood at number 3. Number 2 is Mr. Big Heart. Okay. And that is Chris. All right. And Chris, I think is a dope dude. I don't really have a whole lot of bad things to say about Chris, other than I just think that he's. I hate to make this comparison, but I'm just trying to. This is the first thing that came at the top of my head, just so you can understand. You know how panda bears, they only eat bamboo? Chris is that type of guy. His selection of a woman is so specific. His level of a woman is so specific that it's hard to match him with somebody. He has someone very close. His ex was very close to being a match for him, but he couldn't get the time. He needs a woman like that who has the understanding of his schedule, who has the understanding of his temperament, his, whatever. I think he will make a good husband, but I think only to a certain type of woman. And this guy only eats bamboo. Okay. He's so specialized in specialty that it's going to take a special woman that will be, it's going to take a woman who is, I will say it's going to take a woman who is enamored with him physically, mentally, psychologically. But even that wears after a while, after you not getting any love or attention in return. And that's where him and his ex kind of, missed the boat a little bit. But I think the guy has, great communication. I think he can joke around a little bit. I think he is a little bit sensitive. But I think he was raised by his mother, right? So Chris was raised by his mother, so he has a big heart. He is a little sensitive. He probably didn't have that male figure to really kind of, you know, tough him up a little bit, but he's not no punk or nothing. You know what I mean? He gonna tell you what the deal is. Like, watch how you talk to me. Like he had to do with Jessica. I mean, he ain't to be rolled over or nothing like that, but the guy is very particular. You know what I mean? And here's the thing. Chris is looking for his mama. Okay? That's probably the best way I could say it. He's looking for his mama. And a lot of times in a parent and child relationship, you don't have to return the love physically. So let me give you an example. His ex was his mama. She was taking care of him. She was catering to him. She was doing all of that. But as a child, you don't have to go back to your mama and say, "Oh, I love you so much," and make sure she's emotionally and mentally, you know, doing well. And, you know, you don't have to, as a child to a mother, you don't have to do that. Chris is looking for his mama. Okay? What woman can fill my mama's shoes? My mama raised me all my life. She was soft. I see that in you know, Aries. She has that, but that's why he's so connected to Aries. She probably physically and, you know, physically reminds him of his mother, and she has the softness of his mother. But the part that Chris gotta understand is dude, you got to give some love back, man. You can't, this is not a mama and son relationship, man. You're gonna have to give back. Some women be looking for their daddy. Okay, they want their daddy to pay all the bills, to emotionally pour into them, to take care of them, and they don't feel like they have to do nothing for their man. There's a lot of women out there looking for their daddy. Okay, I said in another video, when a lot of women look for two types of men: they son or they daddy, someone they can son and be the boss of that relationship. A lot of them women make a lot of money, and some of the women who are looking for their daddy, who will take care of them, take care of the bills, the provider, the protector, all of that stuff, and they don't have to do nothing for him. You know, that daddy-daughter type relationship. Well, Chris is looking for a mama-son relationship, but he got to, just like I tell the women, you can't just expect a daddy figure to be taking care of you and you don't do nothing for him. I'm gonna tell Chris the same thing. You can't have a woman there for you, taking care of you in all kind of ways, and you don't do nothing for them, man. You got to pour in back into them. This is not a son-mother relationship. I think maybe he need to see a psychiatrist, but at the end of the day, I think he'll be a good husband once he learns that part. You know, I think he stays in shape. He got his own business going. He got a lot of things going for him. Okay, I guess the women are attracted to him. I don't know, but he got a lot of things going for him. He just got to understand he got to pour back into his woman. This is not a mama-son relationship. Okay, but you know, Mr. Big Heart, Chris, at number 2. Number 1, obviously, is Phil, right? And I just call him Mr. Consistent. Phil is very consistent with what he likes. I think the guy is probably the most ready to get married. I think the guy is, he clearly made a choice. He is so into, you know, Aries, that I think if Aries said, okay, well, we're going to get married by the end of this year, I think Phil will be on board with that. Okay. He just so into Aries. So, you know, he's just very consistent. He got a sense of humor. The ladies, I guess they like how he look. Um he is seeming to be ready to be married. He said, "Look, nothing better than sharing your life with somebody." When he was sitting with Aries, he said that to her. And you know, he's willing to take her the way she is, 2 kids. He not gonna have no more kids out of it. Passing up red flags left and left or right. And I think he's a good guy. Like I said, have a sense of humor, and knows what well, I wouldn't say he passed up red flags. Phil is actually pretty smart guy. He's when he see red flags, he acts upon them. But I think if he's attracted to you, he will let some slide. He just will. He didn't let none slide with the other ladies. The Sierras, the Quintillas, I'm sorry, Tequilas, the Kira. He's seen all a red flags, but with Aries, he just he just got hard eyes when he see it. That's why he said when we talk on the phone it's great, but in person it's so much better because he can look at her and just fall for her heavy. Okay. But the guy is consistent. The guy is a good guy. I don't think he's no mole or anything. I think he's ready for a family, and I think he will make a great husband. So there you have it with Phil at number 1 and as Mr. Consistent. Now, let me know what y'all think in the comments, okay? This list may seem very lopsided to a lot of y'all, I know, but I'm talking about husband ready, okay? Husband ready. So you know what you are dealing with. And I have to do this for the ladies so that y'all can get a better perspective on what to look for in men, okay? Let me say again, all these guys are real good and dope guys, okay? They could easily all be great husbands, but I had to put them in order. That's what we do. This is the Black Man Rankings. We had to rank them and put them in order for the viewers, okay? The ladies, the men too, so y'all know how to move too, all right? All that being said, let me know what you think in the comments. Hit the like, share, and subscribe for real for more great content like this. And I will catch you in the next one. Peace.